without just the complaining and the whining and the blaming. So the first step of the, like these three preconditions is what happened, including the harm, which is different again than an opinion about how awful it is. And that's what I'm trying to make clear. Like, we have a lot of opinions about how awful it is, but that's very different than what happened. And the opinions about how awful it is are not that helpful. I mean, for moving forward. I generally stay away from people who are in legitimate active grief because I would be difficult for them. I'm not imposing there. I come in to do forgiveness. But the what happened and what's the harm, that's the first step. The second step is to have the courage again to go through most of the range of feelings that Kubler-Ross suggests are part of grief and loss. And even though data has shown that Kubler-Ross was wrong in terms of the sequence of her stages, she wasn't wrong necessarily about the content of her stages. She just thought it was sequential in the way she outlined them, and it turns out not to be. It turns out that people go through one stage and then go through another and then go back to the first and then circle around, and some people start with denial and some people start with acceptance and then go back to rage. I mean, there's no one way. That's the only place. But the other assessment piece is the feelings. And that's going to stick a lot of people. Because if somebody has just been enraged for a year, I'm not as certain that they're really ready to let it go as someone who has felt rage and fear and sadness. That's work that can be done to get them ready. I mean, you don't have to push people. But you want to find people who have at least played with or explored those range of experiences of bargaining, of depression, of anger, denial. And then my conception now is that when Elizabeth Kubler-Ross says the last stage of grief is acceptance, I call that forgiveness. Like, I think that there's another piece inside of acceptance. Acceptance is the central component of it, but there's also turning away from blame in the past, forgiving and moving forward. So my own adaptation is forgiveness is the ultimate end of the grief experience. That I forgive the universe, I forgive you, I forgive me, I forgive whatever. I don't have to define myself any longer in the same central way by my woundedness. And that's hard work. And then the third step, and this is where some of the therapeutic and stuff come in, is you need to share your wound. Like, being hurt, being violated, being disappointed, that's like normal. There's no shame in that. And so healthy people, reasonably healthy people, can talk about it. And so the first two steps are know what it is that you need to talk about. And the third step is make sure that you've shared your wound with some people.